Okay, today we're gonna get some brake pads replacement on this Ford Focus 2012, and this should be pretty much the same 2012, 13, 14, and up. But we're gonna do the front brakes this go around, and a couple things about these. They got some kind of little press that you have to press into the piston of the brake. So I thought that was a little interesting there. So those are the new pads, and then we're going to go through replacing these on the car here. So I'm just going to try to get through this hopefully quickly. It should not really took me on the other side. I did pre-experiment about 10 minutes. So if this one doesn't give me any big problems, this is pretty much the tools you're going to need here. You want to get your flathead screwdriver, a lug nut, lug wrench for your lug nuts, and then this size 7 socket here. You're going to need that for taking those the pads off. It's something that holds it there. And we're going to use this pressing technique so that we don't really have to bleed the brakes. Okay, so let's just get started. First thing we want to do is look at this spring here, and we're going to try to pop that spring off because it's holding a caliper on here. So we're going to pop, at least the way I did it. Get that. Okay, so come off there and come off there. Okay, so that's going to come off, but pay attention because we're going to have to go back on with that. So I'm setting that to the side. Next thing we want to look at is actually we're going to start the press of the caliper, which is in there, right? So where my light is shining, that's where we're going to go with that caliper in here. But we're going to press on this side on one of the pads. Okay, so I'm going to put this down a little bit here so we can kind of see that. Let's see, can I get a good angle? Okay, so if you look inside of there, you see the on the left side, we're going to try to press that part and then push it this way because the piston is over here, right? So I'm going to try to do this so you can see, maybe you can see piston there, and we're going to push back that way. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do that. And I'm going up top here to try to press it out just a little bit, just a little. You can go back in here, and we're going to get that right there and push. And I can feel the caliper starting to press in a little bit, so change my stance. So if you look at the very top right there, it's going to press that in. And I'm holding it, and I'm giving it time. I'm giving it time to go in. Again, reposition it. Okay. Yeah. So that's starting to work there. If you look again on the side there, I'm pressing the back side of that rotor, and This might be better. So pressing. It's a little bit better there. So you can see I'm pressing and you'll see that rotor right there, wiggle, and then I'm pressing it back this way. Again, take your time. Get it time because the fluid has to go up, and you will need to check your fluid up top because now you see this, that's a gap there, and we're pushing that fluid back. So a little bit more. A little bit more. Because we want to get enough room to get the new pads in. These are worn down. So what you're going to want to do, sorry about that, these are worn down, so what you want to do is press it as much as you can, the piston into back. So here, so now that's the piston here in the rubber outer. So now that's the pad. So now, now that we've done that piece of the puzzle, next thing we want to do, if yours and mine, I'm looking at it, doesn't have a little cap here, because there's a, if you don't have a little cap there, if you did, you pop that cap off. Same for the bottom, but again, looking at mine do not have a cap there nor there. So next thing is you want to take your 7 socket with let's see where we at here, and we want to get the top one here, get that in, make sure it goes all the way in, pretty good there. We're going to twist off. Okay, and you're gonna basically that's a screw that goes in, holding the caliper, pressing it on. So we're gonna take that one out. Go ahead and get the bottom one started. And you don't really need to take these all the way out unless you want to clean it, you know, in a precise kind of manner. You can do that. Okay, so again, right there, it's good. Not removing the whole piece of that. If you look up here, you can see where, right here where my finger is, where it starts to separate. You know you're good. It's no longer holding it on, because when you pull the caliper out, these will come with it. So we pressed the piston in, we took the screw off. Okay, so now let's give it a wiggle, and there we go. So now the caliper is off. We got one pad still in there. Some people say you can use a hanger, a bungee cord to hang that on, so be careful not to pull it out too much. I'm not too concerned with it right now. So here's the outer pad here, so just take my note of that. So that's the outer one there. So I'm gonna set this on the side. So I'm letting that stay on the side, and I'm grabbing my new one here. here. So that's the replacement right there. Then this one here is the one that got the little press clamp inside of it. So I'm gonna try to pull that out here. Let me plot this down. I'm gonna try to pull that out. Take my flathead again, and so between the piston and the brake, and there we go. Just note how that came off like that, and we're going to go back with the new one like that. Okay. I am going to spray this with just a little bit of brake cleaner around where the calipers sit here. So like here, you know, here, and then have some grease I'm going to put in there. So I'm just spraying that with some brake cleaner. No big deal. Okay. So let that dry. Wipe it down a little bit. Okay. Wipe this over here just a little bit. Then I'm gonna get my made a mess there. Get a little bit of this, what I have on hand right now, some electric grease, so I'm going to use this. Just a little bit. Use some of the brake grease, you can get that. Just to keep the noise down. Slide it. So I'm just putting a little bit there. Now, my next step, what I want to do is want to go and get put this one back in here, one with the little clamp that goes back into the piston. You know, so you might want to clean that. If I'm just filling it, feels all right. So you put this back in, you got to press it sort of hard like that. So now that guy's back in there, twist it kind of straight, and again these screws gonna have to go back in after that. Now on this side of the rotor, the outer side here, all right, you want to get the other pad, the new one, and remember the positioning of it. So we're going to kind of go like this for this one. All right, and where these clips goes under there in that top, you want to kind of get it close to the rotor. Take it off, do it again. Okay, so you see that one's on pretty solid, right? Now the other one is snapped in, and again, like that. I'm gonna go back. Okay. Had to get the new one back on, sorry. All right, so now, get my extra light back. Gonna go, and you want to again make sure you got enough room. If not, you need to press the piston some more, but otherwise should fit right on. Okay. So now what I'm looking at is up top and down below where these pins are, or screws. You want to make sure that they line up. Then we want to go back with our socket here. Let me see if I get a little bit better angle. So I'm going to the on position on my socket. So tightening. So here, let's see. Make sure that up top lines up there, because it's a, you know, where the screw go in the hole, you got to make sure that lines up. So that's what we're gonna try to get that going. Okay, that does it. I'm gonna try the bottom one. Try to get that one going. Sorry about the camera movement here. Trying to, my stand is not working with me very well. But try that one. And go back to the top one. Got a little bit of thread to it too, so again, be patient with it. And you'll feel when it catches that thread. Yep. And it's gonna get tight quick, like now. So that one's done. Now go to the bottom. Bottom one here. Okay, so again, it's an abrupt stop when you get tight there. Okay, so the piston's been pushed in. You got your screws back in there. Now for the spring, we got to get that spring back in. Okay, the spring that goes on the front side, that basically kind of secures that in place. So, see, move to the front side here. You can see the spring. It's gonna go. There's two like little holes in there. And the thing is, this part of the spring holds onto the front of that holder for the caliper, and it kind of presses it in. So it doesn't do a whole lot, but you know, so put that back in, put this bottom one in the hole. Again, that's a little hole there. And then you press this out to press it around that for the pallet. Press those in, make sure they're in good. Okay. And check your rotors. So I think he's pretty good with that. And these are the other ones that came out. So pretty thin. But that's going to be it. And throw your lugs back onto your tire, and you should be good to go. I'm going to wrap this up, but I said 10 minutes, but okay, it took about 20 trying to keep the camera focused. Sorry about all the movement, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, and any comments would be okay as well. Talk to you guys later.